Welcome back, Turners, and I hope 2018 has gotten off to a good start for everybody. Thanks for coming to my shop again today. I'm going to be doing some bolt projects here in the not too distant future, and some lidded vessels and such. Today's project is going to be a bowl from some Jacaranda wood. I haven't worked this wood before. It's a tree with a purple flower, and a tree trimmer friend of mine got some, and I have the piece here that I'm going to be working in this project. I'll just give you a peek at that. It's not extremely heavy or dense, so I'm hoping it turns well, but we'll see as we progress through the project. So I don't know if you've noticed, I'm sporting a new smock today. This is something that you folks across the pond in the UK are probably aware of. Lovell Workwear, I believe, is the name of the company. The fellow that helped me out, his name is Robert Hagen, so thanks, Robert. I was looking for a new smock here in the States. I was looking for a vendor that would do embroidery, and I couldn't find anyone. So just casting around on the internet, I found Lovell, and in a matter of days they had the smock shipped to me. So if you're looking for one and you're looking for quality smock, this is a great option. So let's go ahead and start at the bandsaw to take the edges off this chunk of log, and then we'll start moving to the lathe. Alright, Turners, well, I've got the bowl blank perched up here on the bed of my lathe. I've cut the recess for the chuck. I'm going to be using my longer jaws on this PSI chuck of mine. The reason I'm using the longer jaws is because there's an amount of bark here that I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'll take this off later. But I'm going to start by, I wanted to be able to get deep into this and not hit the shoulders of the chuck. So that's why I'm going to end up using this. This is going to end up being the bottom of the bowl. So I'm going to put this on the chuck. This will get mounted this way. We'll clean up. This part will be the top of the bowl. But I'll start by making a recess so I can flip the whole thing around. We will shape the bottom of the bowl, and then we'll reverse it one more time and we'll do the hollowing. Okay? So let's get started on that. Alright, well, that's a little out of balance, but not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and cut the mortise into this side now. Well, Turners, one thing I did notice as I was cutting this mortise, this is a pretty soft wood. I don't know, it seems to feel a little bit like pine. We're going to have to check that out. I've got a little inclusion over here too, so I'm not sure where that's headed. Hopefully some of that will be turned away. This will be the bowl rim up here when I'm done, but for now we got to get this thing turned around and start cleaning up the bottom. Alright, I'm also going to throw a live center on this. Just because I want the added support during the shaping. So So let me get these things off of here. Alright. Live center. And it's still perfect fit right into the little point left by the Forstner bit. So we'll get that snugged up. Okay, now we can start the shaping. Alright, turners, here we are looking down over the bowl blank. You can see, check out where the tool rest is. See this proximity. Okay, watch what happens over here. Okay, so I can bring that up just a touch. I want it to be fairly close. But you can expect the ka-thunk of an imbalanced turning as I start this off. So, one of the nice features about a smock with long sleeves like this is that these have Velcro on them and can be brought up nice and tight. The importance of this, of course, is you do not want anything like this to get caught up in anything spinning on the lathe. So this keeps the sawdust off your arms, the shavings and dust and whatnot. You know, on the cold days also helps keep you warm. But with the closures like this, it keeps it out of the way of stuff. I'm going to start with my, I don't know what this is, 5/8 bowl gouge. Just put a fresh edge on it. I'm going to use this to start the shaping. Well, turners, we're starting to slowly remove some of what's not going to be the bottom of the bowl, and it's going to take a while, so we'll keep at it. You can see that the bark does go in quite a ways here, so this has got to all be cleaned off. I don't know if you noticed, I had a particular stance going here where I have the bowl gouge dropped really low. The handle is almost down around the bottom of the pocket on my jeans here, and I've got the edge up here canted in such a way that it's actually producing, let me see if I can show you these. See these shavings, they're coming off as spiral shavings. It's a slicing cut. If you can get that pitch just properly, as the wood comes across it, like this, okay, I'm going to see if I can lodge this here and demonstrate this, but there we go. I don't know if you can see that all that well. But did you see that curl coming off? That, actually, there we go. Oh. So that, for me, after I start to get a little bit of this smoother, that cut actually, to me, is a more controlled way to remove the wood. So, anyway, just something if you saw me doing that. That's what I'm doing. Well, turners, looks like I've gotten down to pretty much the bowl shape I want. I've got a little bit of bark left, just a little tiny bit, and I think I want to leave that. I'm not sure if I want to leave that or not. Well, let's see. Anyway, so this is the basic bowl shape that I'm going to use. I'm going to clean up the bottom a little bit more, do some decorative stuff down here, and we're going to flip it over and hollow. Alright, turners, well, I've got the bottom of the bowl finished up through all the sanding and sealing, polishing. I used the shellac, and I've also used the cream, the polishing cream. And the bottom of the bowl is done now, so we're going to unchuck it, turn it around, and start cleaning up and hollowing out the other side. Alright, turners, I've got the top cleaned up a little bit. Most importantly, this edge, which is going to be the edge of the bowl, is now even, level, all the way around. No more of the wonky cut marks on there. So I'm going to now establish the rim and start the hollowing process. Alright, turners, I have given this edge a little bit of definition. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a very fine detail up here on the edge. I'm going to make the rim a little thicker and come in a little concave on the inside of this bowl. So I might leave this maybe about 3/8 to a ½ inch thick up at the top, and then I'll have a little decoration up here. And then I'm going to hollow in and then flat through the bottom of the bowl.
turners. Here's my finished bowl. It came out to just about 10 inches across. I don't know if you can see my little, it's like a rope pattern that I put on the edge, and I've got my little decoration on the bottom. So I'm going to sign this. This is going to be a gift for my wife. She's been looking for a fruit bowl for a while, so I think that's what that's going to be, fruit bowl. So again, this was Jacaranda. If you look closely at the grain, it looks a little bit like ash, except lighter. So it turned nicely. I liked it. Was dry, so it turned pretty good for dry wood, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So anyway, just wanted to say thank you for following along. Thanks for all the new subscribers as well. Please check out my YouTube channel and check out all the other awesome wood turners and woodworkers that I subscribe to. And if you like the video, remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you for the next one.